Welcome everybody back to A&M in the AM, episode 32. I'm back here with my buddy Mort. Again, we're on Zoom. He didn't want to come over today.
No,
He's
it's just the best place to be.
He's a little scared of my touch nowadays, but
He doesn't do it the same anymore.
But today we got some big news about this weekend. Michigan football is not going to get blown out. They actually canceled the first live execution in the United States for the first time since 1936. It was about to happen this week, but
it's the best defense I've seen played in years.
Last 2 weekends, Don Brown put up 0 points.
I think he really saved his job with that one.
I think so.
I think he may be getting an extension. I heard. Actually,
talking about saving jobs, I know we didn't plan on this, but Jim Harbaugh. Does he keep it? Does he not?
Yeah, I've been saying this. He's getting an extension this week.
No, I was watching Get Up this morning, and Feinbaum, I don't know his first name, Joe Feinbaum, or he's like the little old man, balding head.
Mm-hmm.
He reports for the SEC.
I think it's
he rides Alabama, but
yeah.
He was saying how more than likely Harbaugh is out from what they've said, and that they're gonna. He said from what he's heard is that Michigan and Harbaugh are gonna come to an agreement, so they don't have to pay him the rest of his contract, and that they're gonna let him go test in the NFL.
You do know that he wouldn't do that because his contract. He's making the third most out of any coach in football. Yeah. And second, he's an SEC guy, big Alabama, and of course he's gonna say that because Harbaugh doesn't like Alabama.
Yeah, that's just what they were saying. And then they had another guy on there, and he was saying the same thing about basically how Harbaugh's already out. And
it's funny. It's funny how if everybody hates on him for not being productive, it's funny how rent free he lives in these people's heads.
I know. they were talking all about it because obviously, the game got canceled this weekend, so it got.
Yeah, I've never said he was getting fired. I've always said the assistants were. I knew there was no way that anything was happening to him. I've been saying he was getting an extension before the season even started. I don't know if I ever said it in a video, but I've definitely been saying it to everybody else. And then they said for sure that it's coming soon. So,
do you think Gaddis gets fired?
Not yet, but he definitely needs to talk to.
I think he gets another chance with JJ next year, and then after that.
It's just the offense has gotten worse and worse under him, so I don't even know.
Obviously, say what we want about joking about Joe and stuff. He'll get another chance next year. I think it'll be it'll be like what was this offseason with Cade, Dylan, and Joe. It'll be Cade, Joe.
Just as long as Joe doesn't work with Devin Gardner again, I think he'll be all right.
And then, throw a little bit of Dan action in there, and we got ourselves competition. No, but all jokes aside, the game was supposed to go this weekend. What they were saying and what I thought was really weird, because we basically all knew the game was getting canceled, but they were making it sound really good because they were like, oh yeah, Michigan returned to practicing today. They were like, they suspended it on Monday just to make sure, and then they're like, on Tuesday everyone returned and everyone was good, and then
and I want to say that. Just putting it out there that Ohio State's been lying about their testing all year. Everybody knew that was going to happen. Everybody knows it's happening. There's no way they went through all this season without anything happening, with it being Ohio State. They're the ones that always has something go wrong. So for a season to go perfectly untouched for them, it says something. The reason why they're sweating so hard to get into the national champ or into the playoff says something. Like, we've been hiding it. Like, we're trying to make it through. And it's just convenient that the teams they play or get ready to play end up having it.
And I can say the same thing about Michigan because they kind of went all year, unless there was like unknown ones that, or like ones that were like not really known because they were like lesser players that got it. Michigan went all year up until the second game before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Well,
they did. I don't think. Oh yeah, it might have been partially because of them, but I think both teams had it. That's why it got canceled last week. But you save it till the last week so that way you don't have to get destroyed. So it's smart planning. That's the best. That's the best planning for any game I've ever seen Jim Harbaugh have in his tenure here. Best planning for
And
any
it,
game. Like, why can't you execute that any other year, any other game?
and what it
Do that
does,
same preparation.
what it does is it screws over Ohio State. No, or, I mean, not screws them over, but in the end, it hurts them because
Yeah,
they
Crimea
had to
River.
they had to have 6 games to qualify for the Big Ten championship, and you had to have 6 games to qualify for the college football or you had to make your championship game to qualify for the playoffs, which
Yeah, now it's
they
going to be
at the rate
Indiana and Northwestern. Nobody gives a crap who wins.
unless
So
there's something I heard
yeah,
that
saying
if
A&M, Texas A&M or Cincinnati, Ohio State could play.
no, because the Big Ten won't allow
Yeah, I know. I
out of
saw
conference
that.
play.
But then there was some
So
Big Ten people saying that they still could. So I don't know.
well, no, because they can't bend the rules because they didn't let Wisconsin play earlier in the season. Wisconsin wanted to play
But it's Ohio State.
Tennessee.
That's where they get their money from.
True, but basically what would have to happen is another Big Ten game would have to be canceled by Wednesday, and then they could just schedule those 2 right away, and they could go.
Yeah.
And
The only other thing that I'm saying about this football topic, it's like I saw and like I was told yesterday. My dad made a good point that they said on the radio that all these weird people that are calling for Harbaugh's job and like saying something's happening. What kind of credibility do they have? Why is it happening every single year? Why do they just randomly like to hate on him? They're like, nobody should believe them. The one and only guy you should believe is Adam Schefter. He's the one that broke the news today about the game being canceled.
yeah,
He's got Michigan ties. He's a Harbaugh guy. I think you should wait until he says something before you start drawing conclusions.
yeah.
Plus, he's an NFL guy, so if Harbaugh's going to the NFL, he knows.
Yeah, he will. He definitely will. Yeah, and you've seen stuff spread around there about like what's happening with Harbaugh. I've honestly seen it from both sides. I've seen he's getting an extension, people want him to stay, and then I've seen it from he's leaving. Next press conference, he's announcing he's leaving. Like I've seen it from both sides, and it's
they've
really
been saying it since year one.
Yeah, but I don't know if he does the extended. This will be the last part we talk about. If he does the extended, how long? How many more years?
Another 3 to 4. He was supposed to be getting a lifetime. I mean, I don't think they could do it now without the fans getting mad. I think they wait until like a year or 2 down the road and then do that like as an extension, another extension on top of it. But the players like him. Players come for him. It's just poor execution.
Yeah, I mean, obviously everybody has a down year. He's been pretty consistent. He's been a 9, 8, 10 win season every year.
Yeah,
he's been around.
I mean, it doesn't help that you start off in the negative your first year against Ohio State when they should have won because JT Barrett was short. That's all.
Yeah. And I mean, that's what a lot of people have said is that's kind of what derailed the Harbaugh era. Even though it was the first season, is you were an inch short of going to the college football playoffs your first year. An inch short. Like what the amount of things that would have been different in the past 5 years if that inch was brought back.
The Big Ten forced him to change. They told him to stop freaking out on the sidelines, like antics and like going on Twitter rant stuff. They made him stop. Like now he's like PG and boring.
Yeah. Talking about the Big Ten. So say, what do you think it's going to be Indiana versus Northwestern?
Yeah,
unless Ohio State gets a game.
Yeah, unless they get one, but it's just about for sure them because Indiana's the best on this side and Northwestern's by far the best on that side.
I saw again from our favorite
I would
Raider
say
fan.
Indiana would probably win it, but
I saw something from our favorite Raider fan, and he was saying that he's also an Indiana fan, and he was saying that they just need to do Indiana versus Ohio State for the Big Ten championship. And I was like, because he said Northwestern didn't deserve to be in it. And I was like, well, you can't just bend the rules like that. I was like,
nobody on that side of the Big Ten ever deserves to be in it, but they are.
Yes. Wisconsin.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. But, I mean, I don't think I mean, it would make sense putting the 2 best teams there.
Yeah,
but
I don't know why I don't know who's like running the lineup to get destroyed by Ohio State. I don't
Well,
know
they're
why.
just saying
happening.
Indiana because they played close against Ohio State.
Yeah, and they still lost. So
So
you take it as that Ohio State's technically being over Indiana. Then they beat them 1-1.
yeah, but yeah, that's what they're saying is that Indiana deserves another chance. And I was like, you lost once. I was like, just take it. Just don't even whatever. And then obviously Ohio State, if they don't play, I don't think they make I don't think they deserve. I don't even think they deserve to
No, I think
be
they're
in
supposed to be
mentions
talking
for
about. I
college.
think they're supposed to do like one of those early shows tonight.
Yeah, at 7. They're right now they're doing the top 25 poll. Their second one that they've done this year. So we'll see what they do with Ohio State. Obviously, I don't think that this upcoming week will affect it, but definitely next week when they do their show.
Yeah, then when they get to the final one, oh, for sure.
Yeah, well, next week's not their final one. Next
week's
week's going to be it's the end of season one, end of regular season one. So that will determine where they have Ohio State standing after not playing this game. So
I'd say they probably put them at 5 or 6.
Yeah, I feel like they have them on the outside looking in, and I think my top 4 is in no order: Alabama, Notre Dame, Clemson, Florida.
Yeah, probably. That's what I would say. I didn't think about Florida. I couldn't think of a 4th because I stopped paying attention so long ago that
Coastal Carolina.
I don't even
Let's
know.
go. Mullets.
Sure.
Mullets, man. All right. Talking about top 25 though, Michigan, second week in a row they have not been involved in the top 25 for basketball after a 4-0 record, or 2-0 record in the past week. Again, 2 blowout wins, I would say, and yet again left out. I'm not really understanding it because I was looking.
They're holding who was it? Ball State, or no? Oakland. They're holding Oakland against them. Gosh, I can think of it.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Oakland, it still ended up being like a 10-point game at the end of it.
Yeah.
So
Michigan State hasn't moved, and they've had 3 close games with bad teams. They played Eastern and Western to start the season.
Yeah.
And then Detroit Mercy beat them. They beat Detroit Mercy by 2.
The only thing they're doing is keeping Michigan State up there because they beat
Duke, and they're about to play Virginia this week.
Yeah, and Michigan hasn't had a chance like that. I mean, I would say you can't blame us, but you really can't blame us. It's not our fault that we lost.
After that slow start, I want to enjoy playing a top 10 team, but maybe now getting closer than they're already. But
and the fact that we lost our ACC game, the NC State, and now people are gonna be like, oh, you took the easy route out, and because they had to schedule Toledo for today,
but Toledo's still better than playing Western and Eastern.
Yeah, exactly. Toledo's not a bad team. We're being honest. I was kind of hoping they would somehow pull Adrian out of their ass and let them come.
No, I figured it was Toledo. When Toledo came running right away, I was like, "Oh, Toledo wants to play them. Take it." What the heck?
I mean, I feel like Toledo probably said that to kind of get national exposure because they'll be on Big Ten Network, and so.
And aren't they in the MAC too?
I don't mind it.
Aren't they another MAC team?
Actually, yeah, they're another MAC team. So that's 3 MAC teams, right?
Wait. Yeah, it was Oakland, Ball State, and now Toledo.
No, Oakland's not
Oakland's
MAC.
not in it.
They're like the mid American.
Yes, something like that.
That's MAC, but there's something. But wait, who did we play first game this season? Bowling Green.
Yeah, they were MAC, right?
Did we play Ball State?
Yeah, it was like Bowling Green, Ball State, Oakland. First 3.
Okay, yeah. So we had 3 there. Bowling. Now it's gonna be 3 MAC teams. So Bowling Green, Ball State, and then.
But that's what everybody in the Big Ten's doing because it's all nearby them.
Yeah,
because it's all centralized.
And I mean, that's what they're encouraging them to do is play teams nearby you, less travel until you get to your conference play and you're forced to travel that extra
Iowa's
time.
played D7 schools and beat them by 78 points. So.
I mean, I truly feel like with the position we're in right now, we're putting up points. We've scored 80 points in every single one of our games that we've played so far. We're not other than that Oakland game, we haven't showed that we're struggling really. I mean, we played
Yeah, it was just because, like I said, it was the 25 turnovers. If you don't do that, then it's nowhere close. It's going to happen to any
yeah, and
team. Their defense
what
is
was this
coming
last team
along.
we
Their
just
defense started off slow like it did last year, but it's coming along. So
and what was this last team we just played? Because they played us close in the first
UCF.
half. Yeah, UCF. They played us close in the first half, but then we pulled away second half. We went
Yeah,
on like a
that's what's been
25-0
happening the
run.
past few years. Is that
Mhm.
first halves are close, and then they usually make needed changements at halftime, adjustments at halftime. Jeez.
I am happy though that Michigan was able to reschedule that game so fast, and I'm happy that that's been a common occurrence. That
Yeah, they're
if a
saying
game
that
gets
it's
canceled,
rescheduled, but it probably won't be played.
you don't think they'll play Toledo tomorrow?
No, oh, I thought you meant like rescheduling the NC State. Yeah, I think they're going to play Toledo, but I thought you
No,
meant like they
that's
rescheduled
I guess I didn't mean
NC
reschedule.
State.
I guess I didn't mean rescheduling. I meant that games are getting canceled and they're able to find a new opponent so fast,
Yeah,
and that they're not really skipping a beat with these games being canceled.
yeah, because then
That
it'd
they're
be
still
dumb
able to
go entering Big Ten without playing for a week and a half.
yeah. Which actually, so then our first Big Ten game is Sunday, and then we don't play Big Ten for a while after our games get really sparse after that. So we play Penn State Sunday the 13th, and then we play Nebraska Friday the 25th.
Oh,
We
on
play them on
Christmas Day?
Christmas. Yeah, so but we don't play for like almost a week and a half. I don't know what that's
Yeah,
all about.
I
That
would
big
say that they usually don't play on like around Christmas. They usually come back like in January, but maybe I could be very wrong
that's
about that.
almost a
But
2-week break when you look at it, because you got that full week after, because considering that Penn State game's on a Sunday, and then you got that Christmas is on a Friday, and then after that you don't play till Thursday the 31st, so another week.
I
Then
mean,
you
it'll
play
let
Maryland.
everybody be healthy and just see how
I guess, yeah,
much practicing
and
changes things.
it honestly is probably because they're gonna let kids go home, and they're gonna be like, okay, go
I was
home and then
thinking
come
that, but they
back.
can't because way too many guys will come back testing positive after
No,
all
that's
this
what I'm
work they've
saying.
put
That's what I'm
in.
saying. They're gonna let them go home, and then they're gonna come back, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, you have a week. Get positive or get negative." Like that's what they're gonna say. They're gonna be like,
I
"Go
don't think they're
home."
gonna let
They're
them
gonna
leave,
literally. I
considering
don't know.
they can barely let families in to watch the games as it is. I don't think they're gonna let them go home.
Then families come to them maybe, and then they have to
Yeah, I
quarantine for
think
a week.
that. Yeah, I think that they should probably be getting there early, being checked out, and then being able to see them.
Yeah, so I think probably so after that Penn State game, they'll probably be like, "Okay, you have basically till Friday. See your family, do whatever, and then on Saturday you're quarantining till Christmas Day." That's what I would assume.
Yeah,
Or something along that line, like just so like they're like see your families, but
like practicing on
you
your own or
guys stay
something,
home.
like scheduling times
Yeah,
to
or
get some
like yeah,
shots
like
up
they'll
or
probably have
something.
like open. Yeah, they'll probably have like open gym and be like, hey, you're coming this hour, you're coming this hour, or like every half hour, and just be
Hmm.
like disperse, or like or even if they have to quarantine together, so they can go in
Yeah,
pairs and shit.
but we talked about
Oh,
those close games. The reason why they were able to win them is my man Sean D. Brown. I don't,
and
man.
no, and you got your other newcomer, Hunter Dickinson. He's going
Yeah,
off too.
yes. I mean, everybody kind of figured he would, especially with the teams they're playing right now. The biggest guy in their teams are like 6'8", and he's 7'1". So,
Yeah.
but Sean
I
D
feel
is going crazy. He's
yeah, he's
he's
really
looking like the best
becoming a
defender.
factor.
He's got a 3-point shot out of nowhere. He's a facilitator, energy boost. Like, there's not much the man
He
hasn't
really
done.
he's really
I've
becoming a
seen him
factor
block
on
like
both.
I don't even know how many blocks he has now, but I'm assuming it's like 5 to 7 range. Like I've seen him block some
He's
threes,
averaging
some dunk
he
attempts. Like
He's averaging 0.8 a game in 4 games.
Man gets chased down blocks and stuffs him off the backboard and stuff.
Trying to
Maybe
pull up
not
how many
that many
blocks.
blocks, but it feels like at least 5. I feel like I've seen almost 1, but I guess not, because that'd be more than 0.8. So
Yeah, it's not saying how many he actually has, but he's averaging about 0.8 a game. So he probably has like 2 or 3 in there. I would assume about 3. If they've played 4 games, he probably has about 3 blocks.
I know I might just be over exaggerating it, but the blocks that he has gotten have been like such good ones that they feel like they're extra.
Yeah, but definitely the most consistent people on the team right now, Chandi and Hunter, the 2 newcomers. Isaiah had a little rough game against UCF.
Yeah, but they were able to they were able to go crazy without him, which was very good to see. That the guys around him were able to do things. Like John's coming off the bench and Terrence Williams and my man Terrence Williams. Everybody tried to talk down on him.
And I mean, I feel like every person on that team has a purpose, and obviously Austin Davis not having the best statistical season, but he goes in there, he starts the game, gets like 6-3, 6-4, and then just dips out for the rest of the game.
He's the leader off the bench, helps defensively off the bench. He's another coach.
I think he will. I think once Big Ten play comes around, he definitely will get his minutes will increase a little bit more to kind of help, since they're Big Ten notorious having good front courts. I don't think that. I mean, Brandon Johns, he's obviously a good defender, but I don't think he's going to be able to lock that down like some of those guys down there. So I think they might.
He's just not
like I said. Yeah, like I said, like a week or 2 ago, I think that I could at some point we're going to see a Davis Dickinson front court like during a game at some point.
I don't know if somebody's running 2 bigs. Also, I just want to say I'm feeling Franz has started off slow. I'm feeling an Eli breakout game coming up. Him and Mike Smith are figuring it out. We don't see Zeb as much as we'd like, but it's because Eli plays backup point guard too. So Eli's gonna break out one of these games.
Right now our starting lineup, Smith is averaging 8 and 5. Eli Brooks is averaging 8.5 and about 4.5. Franz is averaging about 9.5 and about 7.5 rebounds. And then Livers is averaging about 16 and 5.5 for rebounds. And then Austin Davis, he's a starter, so he's averaging 4.5 and about 4 rebounds too. So, and then obviously I'll say Hunter and Chandi. Hunter's averaging 14, 7.5, and then Chandi's averaging 12 or about 13, 4. So they're putting up good numbers.
They said they're in the UCF game, or maybe it wasn't them saying it in the UCF. I saw it somewhere. They said, "Don't be surprised if Dickinson gets a 15-15 game or a 20-15 game this year."
Oh no, I could see it. He's already gotten 1 double-double. So
I think he's gotten 2.
It was close.
3. Maybe not.
Maybe.
I know he's at least gotten 1. I feel like it's 2. At least.
I remember the one. It was like 12 and 11. It was a very simple double-double, but double-double nonetheless. During that UCF game, though, I swear to God, I saw Austin and Hunter and another guy standing behind a boat about 15 times, a picture of them.
Yeah, well, they showed it the game before. It's the other center.
Yeah, I would say they've showed that picture almost every single game now.
Yeah, you love to see it. Team bonding.
No, I want to know what lake. I want to know what lake, because they keep saying
it's an
that they went to
so
Austin.
I'm sure there's not many around there.
I think it's Loch Erin, because I think they have a house on there.
It could be.
I think it is. I really think it is.
We'll do some searching.
Yeah, we'll find. Give us about 30 minutes. Not even. But yeah, I mean, Michigan. We got Toledo and Penn State coming up, and then obviously almost a week or so until our next game. So hopefully we can get 2 wins here and
it'd be
get
nice,
in the top 25. What'd you say?
I said, yeah, it'd be nice to get them. Keep it going.
Yeah. So kind of a shorter episode, not much to talk about today, just some Michigan talk, and yeah, so I think that's all we got for you guys. And
Mm-hmm.
guys could help us out by dropping a like and subscribing.
Yeah, we
That
dropped
would
back
be
down
really
below 80. Tough scene.
Yeah, I don't. Somebody hated. So we need to get back over 80 there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.